Yo, what is going on, you Slackers? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you the next matchup in our potential newcomer tournament. So, real quick, just in case you're new here, I created a tournament of 36 potential newcomers, few of which have been deconfirmed or confirmed for the game. So they got removed and replaced with other characters. But plain and simple, this tournament is just to kind of see what the community feels is like the top, few characters that they expect to be playable in Smash Ultimate. And so basically each day I upload one matchup from the tournament. I go over a few pearls for the characters, and then down in the comments we vote for who we want in that particular matchup to move on. It is a double elimination tournament, so you have to lose twice to get knocked out. And I think that's pretty much it. Voting stays open for one 7-day week, 7-day period. Once that 7 days is up, we find out the winner, for next week after the video gets uploaded. So, yeah, one vote per person. So, with that out of the way, let's jump into today's episode, which, is we got to start with the results of last week, which was Game 37, Sora versus Captain Toad. And reading over the comments for this one, it started one way. It started the way I thought it would go, but it actually ended with Sora taking the victory, 42-33. I was a bit surprised, but there was quite a bit of comments that were saying I'm only voting for Sora simply because Captain Toad's already deconfirmed. But at the same time, I get that argument that Captain Toad's deconfirmed, but is he really? Because there's the whole Toon Link was on Spirit's tracks, and then if Toon Link is actually fighting, he's just replaced with what is his name, Alfonso or Alphonse, whatever his name is. And so they could do that whole thing. If Captain Toad would have been playable and you're playing on New Donk City, just replace him with Toadette. That would work. I see that. But sadly, Captain Toad has been defeated. Captain Toad is now removed from the tournament. We're going to put him over here. We're getting to a lot of these characters that are starting to get knocked out, sadly. But a lot of characters have to lose in order for us to find out who is the overall number one most likely, or at least the characters that are left. So anyway, let's get into today's matchup. Oh, real quick. Sora in Game 45, which actually I think is coming up on Wednesday. So Sora is going to be taking on Paper Mario. That should be an interesting one. I look forward to that one. So yeah, let's get on to today's matchup, which should be Game 43. Geno taking on Crash Bandicoot, two big third-party characters. And so let's get into it real quick, shall we? So first up is Geno, coming off a loss. So if Geno loses this, or I guess if Crash, because we're in the loser bracket, so if either of these lose, they're done. And of course somebody's going to lose, because that's the way the tournament has to work. So let's go over Geno, right? Heavily requested, fan favorite amongst the Smash community, one of Sakurai's personal wants, I believe. I think that's a good way to word it. Of course, we got the Mii outfit in Smash Wii U and 3DS. There's just so much that's good that's going for Geno. I think the only thing that's really holding him back is the fact that I guess Square, do they want him? Do they really want to deal with having Nintendo put him in as a playable character? I don't see why not. Here's the tagline for Geno, and I believe Geno, I've said this before, but I believe Geno was the only Mii outfit that actually got a tagline like this, so that is pretty interesting to note. But I guess kind of going by leaks, if you do believe in the Vergeben leaks, he what did he say? He hinted at a new Square rep being in the game, and of course Geno probably would be the front runner for a Square rep that we would expect. Especially going on the Smash ballot, Geno did extremely well there. Of course, you got Square and you got some other potential suitors and candidates to be playable, such as Sora, from Kingdom Hearts, maybe Riku. I'm going backwards in pictures, but whatever. Maybe Bravely Default, we've seen those, right? Bravely Default, that's Square, right? Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. But, the Square has some candidates that we could potentially see. So, I mean, Geno's got to be one of the top 5, I think, characters that people are expecting. Maybe top 3. I don't know. I think Geno has a really good chance. Although Geno did lose to Shantae by 114 to 50 something in votes, so that was crazy to see last week. But let's move on to Geno's opponent, Crash Bandicoot. Now, again, I always like to bring this up when I say it. Crash Bandicoot, and I'll go over pros too, but Crash, I don't think really was a thought in anybody's mind. Especially for the Smash Ballot results that I've seen, that other people have posted, and, they got spreadsheets and links to different charts and all that. A lot of them that I've seen, Crash Bandicoot really wasn't high up there, especially for third party. Like, Crash wasn't a thought until, honestly, he really wasn't. He was kind of just kind of in the background of third-party characters. Not many people really kind of yeah, let's get Crash Bandicoot. Because before the Insane Trilogy was announced, I mean, what was Crash honestly doing? Nothing. He was just kind of sitting there. That's a small picture. But he was just kind of sitting there, and, nobody was really talking about him. I mean, would he be an awesome addition? Absolutely. I mean, the Insane Trilogy came out on the Switch, and I don't have sales numbers. I didn't look into that, but I'd have to say, at least on the PS4, it sold extremely well. It was the #1 selling game for a month when it first came out. So, I mean, that's good news, right? And I believe, Activision, they don't have a rep in Smash yet, or at least a playable one, so yeah, Crash could fit that. But do I think Crash has a good chance for the main roster? I always say this. I really don't think Crash has a chance for the main roster. Okay, that's another small picture. But would he have a good chance at DLC this time? I think he would be up there. Maybe if we do another Smash Ballot, if we actually do a legit one this time that people want to see for DLC characters, I think Crash would have a pretty decent chance. Plus, he would always have that surprise factor for a third-party character reveal, and we really haven't had that yet, so that could still happen. It could happen with Geno as well. But, I mean, for this particular matchup, it's pretty easy for me. I think it's easy for a lot of people. Again, I would love to see Crash in the game. It would be really cool to see him, fighting against Mega Man and Mario and Link and Ryu and Cloud. That would be so cool to see as a video game fan. That would be so awesome. But my vote is, I'm voting Geno. I think this one's easy. This one's really easy for me. Again, I'd love to see both characters, but I just think Geno has the way better chance to be in the initial base roster. If not, maybe then DLC. But I think Geno's going to make it in to the initial game. So, yeah, he gets my vote in this one. So, yeah, let me know who you got down in the comments, Geno or Crash Bandicoot. Again, loser bracket, so make your votes count. Again, 1 vote per person. And next Monday, we'll figure out who ends up moving on and who gets booted from the tournament. So, with that being said, this one's coming to an end. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed as usual. And hopefully, we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.